how did you find out about Yield School?
Well, I follow a lot of, investment accounts on both Facebook and Instagram, and I get targeted ads all the time. Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. Like, and I tap on some they're just like ridiculous. And as soon as I see that it's like WhatsApp, I generally don't tap on those. But yours just, it popped up and I was like, primary markets, what's that? I'm like, I've been trading crypto since 2014. I never heard that term ever. So I'm just a very curious person. I clicked on it, clicked on your ad, and I was just like really drawn into your video. And I was like, okay, I got to get into this. I got to figure out what this is because there's something I'm missing. I want to get into it. Because I mean, I, like I said on the phone, I just was very discouraged after, like, it's been a year almost to the day that I lost all that crypto. And I was just very discouraged and I wasn't really trading much. I wasn't really doing much. I was trying to find other ways online to make, passive income. And I mean, I'm grateful because your ad really brought my passion back. I mean, I watched the whole video, and I signed up for the initial call. And, the initial call, it was like, it was good. I have about $10,000 to $12,000 that's I can get access to, but I have, quite a bit of other money that's in other investments that I could, just kind of move around. So that's not a problem. I'm very passionate about this and I want to learn what you guys are teaching. And it just sounded like a great opportunity. I figure if it can pay itself back, it's all worth it. And honestly, the training that you guys provided and, the community has been definitely worth it. I mean, because, I've been doing this off and on since 2014 and I have seen a lot of stuff and I've been scammed by companies I thought were good. I've had rug pulls, I've experienced everything, and it's just been very discouraging this last year. And so, when I got into, you know, Yield School, I was just, literally just going after it and watching all the videos. And I got through level 1 pretty quick because a lot of it was review. And, when I moved on to level 2, it was still a little bit of review, but, a lot of it was new. And then, like the community and, it's just, I'm not a big fan of Discord, but I'm getting better at it. But, a lot of times, like other Discord communities I've joined, it's just a bunch of nonsense. Like it's not even quality stuff. And, it's just like spam and bots and it's just no good. And I was like, oh God, please not Discord again.
Right.
The way you guys have it, set up and, everybody's really good about responding and, there's no bots, it's no spam. It's just good information. And I love that we have, calls multiple times a week, which is, very cool. It keeps us up to date on the market because, a lot of times, like I literally have bought tons of training for crypto. I'm self-taught at the very beginning because there wasn't much out there. Like ironically, when I first got into Bitcoin in 2014, I bought Bitcoin so I could buy trading about crypto. Like I had to buy it with crypto. I was like, oh, this is funny. So, I bought the training and took all the training, but there really wasn't much going on back in 2014 with crypto. So, it kind of fell to the back burner. And then in late 2016, I went to a seminar or whatever with a friend, and it was about another company and, started getting really into crypto again and starting, buying lots of Ethereum and Bitcoin and, Litecoin back then and just, buying a lot of it. And, that company ended up being a big scam. And luckily I didn't invest a whole lot of money in that company. But after that, I was just like, okay, I got to find good quality education and learn as much as I can about crypto so I can know what to do, what not to do, how to protect my coins, how to not get scammed, and just learn the right way to do stuff. And there was some good stuff out there, but, some of it, they just give you the training and you're kind of on your own, it's like there's no community to back you up. There was some that had a little bit of a community, but it wasn't like this, like Yield School. So, I mean, I finished level 2 in just started, making sure I was attending all the weekly calls and they were really good. And then I started speaking up on the calls and, I'm trying to now just apply, throughout the whole training, I've tried really hard to apply what I'm learning. Um, and I'm really, gotten into more of the, like the primary markets and, I did do a liquidity pool and I have done more staking and I took Sean's advice and lended some money, some USDC on extra fi. I think that was the one he talked about. So, I'm just gradually kind of getting into things. I mean, mostly I'm buying and, holding and staking a lot of the coins that I bought. Um, but I'm just trying to apply the knowledge. And, some of it is still a little confusing to me, but I'm just trying to listen to each call and, if I miss a call, I go back and listen to the recording. And, I really like Sean. He's a good addition to the group for sure. But I mean, everybody that you have on your team is they're just so smart and they are just very nice and kind. And I don't feel like, people are trying to scam me and, upsell me and try to get me to buy all these tools and stuff like that. Cause that's another thing that I found, you have people that claim that you can make all this money doing XYZ and then you buy into their program and then, oh, but you have to have all these extra tools, and it's just like, oh my God. But anyway, I just love crypto and investing. Crypto is my true passion for sure. So I'm
Mine too.
very excited that I found, Yield School and it's
Actually,
just a great community.
before you came into Yield School, like, what would you say was the biggest problem you were trying to solve?
Well, getting over that like discouragement, because I got that crypto stolen. And I mean, I'll admit I was just like, when I bought into this program, I'm like, God, I hope this training is good. I hope it's not another scam, and I was just concerned. I mean, I just it really it just doesn't it doesn't leave you when you get taken for that much money. It's just like you feel violated. It's just terrible. And I feel stupid because it happened. But once I started getting into the program and I saw that it was legit and it was really good quality training, you guys go into great detail. I started, getting my passion back and getting excited about it. And, the other thing, honestly, this is the first time in, gosh, probably 40 years that I haven't had a regular paycheck coming in. Like literally, I've been working since I was 16 or 17, and I'm 57 now. So that was my other concern. Okay, am I going to be able to survive not having a job and regular income coming in? And so I have to find a way to make passive income. And, I've looked at this last 6 months, I've looked at a handful of programs, trying to make money, passive income online, like on Instagram. And, it just it just wasn't a good fit. Like investing has been my passion since 2006. And so, I mean, I've had some really good years and some years where I obviously lost money, but I just love it. And it's just such a cool thing. And so, yeah, when I got in the program, I just started getting more excited. And, I just want to learn as much as I can from you guys. And, I've been trying to, do research and find some coins that, are interesting to me. And I did buy into that one ETF swap one, but it wasn't a ton of money. So I'm just going to wait and see how that goes. I mean, I didn't spend a ton of money on it. So even if it doesn't go well, I'm not out a ton of money. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's just been, like I said, great so far, and I'm not feeling discouraged and nervous like I was at the beginning. You know, I feel like, you guys are a really good, honest group of people, and it doesn't feel like, you're trying to scam anybody or, lead us down the wrong path. And you always are looking out for people, which is really cool because honestly, there's so many people out there that offer training and all they want is your money. And then they like, can never get support. Their training sucks. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. And it's just like, what the hell did I pay for? It's like I don't get support. I'm not having good quality training and I didn't really learn anything. But Yield School is definitely different for sure. It's one of the good ones. So I'm really happy that I came across it and that I joined and, you know, that I'm here. And I mean, I'm really like, I'm really, I'm just so like excited that you guys, you know, eh, and like my enthusiasm and, you want more people like me because honestly, I wish more people would take control of their financial future. Back in 2014, it was like there was nothing. Like you couldn't use Bitcoin anywhere. Like there wasn't a ton of coins. It's just like and now it's like the sky's the limit. Like so many new companies popping up and I mean, honestly, you don't even need banks anymore. And I think that's why the US, another thing, they're scared. 'Cause they're like, what are we gonna do if all the people become smart and they learn they don't need the big banks? So um honestly, I can't even remember the last time I had cash. I mean, I still use credit cards and I still have a regular bank account, but I honestly have thought about just moving all of my money from my high yield savings account into crypto and just staking everything, with the exception of like my 401k and my Roth IRAs, because I can't take money out of those because I'll get have to pay taxes. But yeah, so I was really excited whenever you guys were partnered with the tax people yesterday because, again, back when I started, I was like, I don't even know how the hell to do this. I don't know how to report it, and it was like all manual. Like I had to fill out spreadsheets and oh, it was horrible. It was so time consuming. And I remember like in 2016 and 17, I traded so much, like nonstop traded. And I think I had like, you know, I don't even know how much I made that year, but it was pretty good for me. I was pretty happy. And I ended up having to pay taxes for the first time ever, which I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. Then I discovered, more and more companies were coming out helping people to do crypto tax. And it's just been a really exciting journey to see it become more and more and gain speed. And it's just like, it's still in its infancy, like what you said in your video, like there's only 1% of people that are investing in crypto. It just blows my mind that so many people are missing out. And crypto can be very, very volatile too, but I think it's worth it. Honestly, it's worth it. And I just wish more people, especially women, would not rely on other people when it comes to their finances and they would just take control of their finances and take the time to learn because they don't teach this stuff in school, which is, I don't know if they teach this stuff in school in Canada, but in the US, they don't teach this stuff. They don't teach you how to balance your checkbook. And yeah, you can take an accounting class, but it doesn't really, unless you're going to have a business. I mean, it's not like you're going to go home and do accounting on for your personal books. I mean, so yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that I talked to, oh my gosh, what's his name? Carter
Okay.
is about how to try to get more women, into yield school. Like I suggested, trying to partner with more women and, you know, the STEM schools or, places where, they really target women to learn the non like, traditional women roles. Um, I even thought it might be kind of cool to have like a women in yield school call once a week, just to so the women can get on the call and, maybe ask questions. Maybe some of the women are intimidated and don't want to speak up. I
It's
mean,
not
I
a
don't know.
it's not a bad idea, actually.
So
Yeah, I'll talk about it with Sophia. She'll she'll be the one to run that if we run it. But yeah, we like our women members. Um, Krista's one of our oldest members. She she was one of our very first customers the day we opened for business. Like the day, I think it was like November, maybe like November 5th, I think 2022.
oh,
And
wow. So
and
you're
she
not that old. Okay.
no, about a year and a coming up on 2 years now. And she was one of the first people that joined up. What do you like most about Yield School?
Well, honestly, I think it's the community. Like, it's just the people are just really nice and they're smart. Like, oh my gosh, I love being around smart people. It's just It's so inspiring. It's just the community is so unbelievable, and it's so inspiring to be around people like that that have that mindset, you know? And that's what I love. Like, one of the things I love about Yield School is people have a good sense of humor. They're very supportive. I mean, they're very smart. Like, oh my gosh, some of the people you have on your team are just so smart. I could just listen to them for hours and hours, you know?
Me too.
Um, yeah. So it's like, and I mean, it's just like you guys are just genuinely wanting to educate people. I don't feel like you're going to scam me or lead me down the path, just to, hype up a coin or whatever. And you do your due diligence, like you cover like all gamuts, like all areas of a coin, from, legal to, like the history and everything. And
Thanks.
it's so yeah, the community is definitely very, very cool. I mean, the training's awesome, but the community is very, very cool. So
Great. Would you recommend us? Would you recommend Yield School?
oh, for sure. Yeah. I definitely, definitely would for sure. And I actually have commented on some of your ad posts on Instagram.
Have you? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I get thrashed in those comments sometimes. So that's appreciated. But the trust pilot really helps because, yeah, people will jump on a call with us and they'll say something like what you're saying. They'll say like, "I feel like you guys are a WhatsApp group and you're probably just gonna try and scam me." And we're like, "No, we're actually like we're trying to help. Like, you're trying to put money in crypto. Like, we get that. We think we can help you do it better. But unless we have like proof, like Trustpilot and more content on social media, which is what I need to do. I need to put out more stuff on YouTube.
Mhm.
Um, People have difficulty believing us.
I was glad that your group wasn't a WhatsApp group and, it was actually, got to talk to real people. And then, the Discord group was pleasantly good, because like I said, I've joined other Discord groups and they weren't good.
Mm.
So yeah. So yeah,
Would
I'm
you
right there with you. I would love to see more people like us, more women, involved. And um I would definitely love to see, like more people speaking up on the calls. And I know Sean tries really hard to get people to speak up on the calls. And I don't mind speaking up on the calls. I'm not the biggest fan of being on video, um but yeah, I think Sean's doing a great job too. He's a good addition. So
I agree. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll pass on the positive review. He'll be pleased to hear it, though
Yeah.
he knows already that he's a fan favorite, so which he deserves. Um, what who do you think would benefit most from joining Yield School?
Uh, Honestly, I mean, more women. I mean, I just flat out say it. More women. Women need to know about this because they need to take control of their finances and their financial future. And people need to plan for the future. And I know that times are hard right now. Like, honestly, it just, like, especially, I've really been feeling it being retired because I'm trying to like figure out ways to cut back on my expenses. And I don't spend tons of money frivolously, but like just the food cost has gone up like 3 times as more than it was. And I mean, it's just crazy. So it's like people need to learn how to invest. And, even the older people, like people like me who are retired, like maybe people that, have a nest egg and they have no clue how to invest it, and they may not want to invest everything into crypto, but even if they invested, like 25% in crypto, I think they would see, good enough returns that they would, maybe invest more. But I just think people need to, learn more about investing just in general. And I mean, I know people have expenses and they have kids and they have, you know, bills and, everything's going up. I think the people that could most benefit, well, first of all, like, I mean, obviously start them young. The younger the better. If you could get people in here the young just to start them out right. Maybe older people that have never learned about investing, didn't really put a lot of money away for their retirement. And, perhaps they have to come out of retirement and go back and get a job because they didn't save enough money.
Mhm.
Or women, you know? I mean, I just think so many people could benefit from yield school, just yield school or just basic finances, basic investing.
Yeah,
So,
But
I'm
you're
sorry,
right.
I'm, like, so passionate, I'm like,
It's just not. It isn't. It just isn't taught in school. You're right.
it isn't. It really isn't. I mean, like I said, I don't know how it is in Canada, but I didn't learn any of this in school. I mean, honestly, it's just, I just hope that you can get out there and have more people join because, it's a good, legitimate opportunity, and, I think definitely so many people could benefit from it, and I really, hope that you guys add more and more content. I love the, additional calls you guys have created. Um, yeah, I know, Carter was telling me that Sophie's very shy. Um, so, I don't know if she would feel comfortable, like leading a, or if there would be any interest. Like, honestly, I mean, I don't even know how many women are in yield school, if it would be any interest, but, maybe it might make
Good.
people feel a little more comfortable if
Is a
there
good,
was just women in the audience and,
good
you know,
30 or
they,
40.
huh?
A good 30 or 40.
Oh, really? That's good. Yeah, that's awesome. How many total members are you up to now?
I think we're at like 400 something.
Oh, that's good. That's pretty good.
It should. I would like it to be like 4,000 something. There's actually just like a lot of people who want to invest in crypto, and there's a lot of people who do it very, very poorly. Um, and we think that we're right in our approach. Like we don't hate on any specific thing. Like if you want to day trade, that's fine. If you want to do meme coins, that's fine. That's fine. We just don't think those strategies are suitable for most people because most people are not trying to do financial movements like 8 hours a day, which is typically what you need to be doing if you want to be performing well against others in a competitive environment like meme coins or day trading. So that's why we advocate more so for like doing diligence, buying and holding for a longer time period because we think that's more suitable for most people. But people don't try to do that. People try the other crazy stuff. And that's why even though a crypto cycle happens and you know the whole market will like 3, 4, 5x. People
Mhm.
don't make people will often still lose money because they just make so many mistakes along the way. And they'll try and go to their financial guy at the bank, but he won't talk about crypto. And then they try and Google stuff online and everyone's trying to like the guys on YouTube are trying to basically promote stuff that serves them and then maybe try and do something on WhatsApp and then you know what that experience is like. So we're just trying to be here to be like helpful for people who want to take it seriously. And
Mhm.
we think there's a lot of people like that. We just need to communicate to them that we are legitimate, that crypto is actually not only legitimate, but it's only growing more legitimate. And we can help you like position yourself within that. You just gotta like trust us for a little bit. So that's what we're trying to do.
I'm a member of another group that with a guy that I've followed for a long time, and crypto is just one part of it, but I've been following him for a long time, and he had like a community as well, and so I've been a member with that for a while. But his crypto trading is just very, very basic. Like, he goes into DeFi, but it's not near what you guys went into. So it's good. And I have bought a few coins that community has recommended, you know, um, but I'm just trying honestly just to like buy a lot of the primary coins and just like I have some Bitcoin, I'm trying to buy more Ethereum because I lost all my Ethereum. I'm trying to buy more Solana because I think Solana is going to just really be big soon, you know. Stable coins are always good. Um, and just trying to buy some of the ones you guys are recommending just and hold them. Um,
Yeah, we got the cycle to go yet.
Yeah. So, I mean, and just all everything I've learned about the cycles and, like, you hear about, okay, it's the 4-year cycle and the halving and all that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I never even knew, like, paid attention. I'm like, okay, it's halving. Okay. But I never knew all the backstory, like the halving and, the cycles and all that. And it's just really cool. So you guys are teaching stuff that I never knew in the 10 years that I have been doing crypto. So,
I'm glad.
yeah. So it's like, when I first joined, I'm like, okay, I wonder if it's going to be a lot of review. But as soon as you said in your video, the primary markets, I was like, I honestly was like, what the hell is that? So I can't even know what that term is.
Uh,
You were being very cryptic. You didn't say DeFi, you said primary markets.
People don't understand DeFi when you say it. People are like, what is that? Like people don't get it. But if
Yeah.
you describe it as primary versus secondary, like before like Coinbase and then Coinbase, people get that's more intuitive for people.
Yeah, and I agree with you, and I know that now. Um, but like I also take well before I discovered other crypto training. I used to take a lot of training on Udemy, and I still have some classes that I want to take on there that I bought a long time ago. But there's not a ton on Udemy about DeFi, and they don't go into as much detail as you guys have. Um, so I like Udemy, but there's no community feel. Like, sometimes they offer Facebook groups, but you know, from my experience, the Facebook groups aren't super good, and it's just like trying to get support is not, like if you make a comment in one of those groups, there's just a bunch of people that give their opinion, but you're like, okay, I'm trying to get response from the person that sold me this training and support, so but yeah, I mean, that's been my experience so far, and honestly, it's only been what, a month and a half, not even maybe 2 months since I joined. I don't even remember when I joined. Well,
Well,
Frank, it was awesome to talk to you. I feel very honored that you wanted to, talk to me, and I mean, I just have enjoyed Yield School so much so far, and I'm really looking forward to what, anything that comes in the future. Always happy to, give my opinion, or, if you ever want my insight on anything, I'd be more than happy to, give my 2 cents worth.
yeah, I always appreciate when you speak up on the calls and when you're on there in the calls. Like it does just make the membership a better place for everyone else. So yeah, I do thank you for that.